Come in.
Jack and I are right behind you and Chris.
Oh, well, why? I never look back.
Nice.
Yeah, good crowd. Very nice. Sally, do me a favor, will you? Speak to Jack. I'd like to be in that promotion meeting tomorrow.
I didn't know there was a promotion meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, 11 a.m. Very important. I mean, if he wants me to hold on costs, I gotta be in at the beginning, right?
Bill, you know I never get involved in this business.
I know, but this is very important to Kim Golf Clubs Incorporated.
Well, I'll mention it to him.
Good. Thank you. There's Dr. Lasky. I haven't seen him since he got back from Mexico. Excuse me, Sal, and thank you very much. No. I love the house. The house.
Really, very.
Across a crowded room, huh?
Why not?
I'm Bill Dent.
Jean Clary.
Nice to meet you.
How many yards to drink? 6 with what, a can?
350.
Not with one of my clubs, you did.
What was your club?
Hey, Sal, just listen, go get a drink. Okay. I don't want to hear the truth about that.
How are you?
Okay.
Bill Dent just made a move on a very pretty girl. Party's getting juicy. I love it.
So Priscilla headed upstairs. I guess to get her coat.
Wait till she comes down.
Nothing's going to happen. She knows her husband.
Oh, Jack, that's just gossip.
Well, you know what?
What?
I'm starving to death, and they're not serving here for another hour.
Want to leave?
You talk to Harris's?
Yep.
Steins?
Yeah?
Oh, and Maggie Cox and her new husband. What's his name?
Claude. Claude.
You've done your duty, and I've done mine. I'll say goodbye as you get your coat.
Be right back. I just wanted my wrap. They said put your wraps here. Wasn't the guacamole dip terrific? Fun and games upstairs, right on the bed where I put my wrap.
Who?
Well, the guy was Steve.
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, I was thinking so hard about finding my wrap that I didn't see her. I mean, her face. Well, you know what I mean.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll call tomorrow to say it was a wonderful time.
We did. Didn't we?
Yep. We'll be home soon.
Right.
You're crazy, you know?
I know.
People will be coming out and getting into their cars.
True.
I forgot to tell you. Bill Dent wanted me to ask you if he could come to the promotion meeting tomorrow.
Well, sure. Wonder why he didn't come straight to me.
Oh, he was just making conversation, trying to make eye contact with some girl across the room. The one he made a move on.
Brother, Bill never quit.
I think he was just flirting. Anyway, I wouldn't want to be his wife.
They're an interesting couple, Bill and Briss. I believe they have what's called a pact marriage.
A what marriage?
Pact. the Nazi-Soviet pact. A mutual agreement he isn't faithful to her and she isn't faithful to him. It's not a vulgar thing. You're very idealistic about it.
Idealistic? You mean he sleeps with other women and she knows and doesn't mind?
Right.
And she sleeps with other men and he knows and doesn't mind?
Right.
They're crazy.
No, actually they're not. You know, they're both quite sane. They have a different moral code than we do, honey.
You would never do that to me, would you, Jack? Seriously. If you were ever unfaithful to me, I couldn't handle it. I'd fall apart.
I'll tell you the truth, honey. It's never really interested me very much. I have all I want. Right here.
How can you be in love with one person and be sleeping with somebody else? Got your lunch money?
Yeah.
Okay, come straight home today.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
We're lucky with our children, I'll tell you that.
We are.
You know what today is?
Not really. What is it?
We went to Bunky's party exactly 1 year ago today.
That's not an anniversary I'd like to remember.
No, I didn't bring it up by chance, honey. For months now, I've been playing a game with myself. Every morning when I woke up, I pretended that if I wanted to, I just swing my legs over the edge of the bed and get up.
The game was you just chose not to.
Right. Well, fantasy was I had the choice. This morning I didn't play the game. I can accept my condition now.
I love you.
Well, the rest of my life at belly button will. Sure identify with the kids.
You going to the office today, or are you going to work at home?
I'm going to stay home. Got some new ideas for design of the average golfer club. Yeah.
I'll get the breakfast thing.
Oh, go ahead. I can do it.
No, at least let me help. That's how I got up the courage to sell golf clubs. Hatred of doing dishes.
I can't wait to get at my desk.
It's a good sign.
Yeah. I'll have some preliminary sketches in a few days.
You sound excited about it.
Yeah. I feel good. But you know, I kind of hate to interrupt my work on something that may mean a great deal to the company. It'd be foolish. It'd be destructive just to take off now and go to the Pacific Open.
Where are you booked, Jack?
Phone call to the travel agency canceled me.
I can't go alone.
I think sure you can. You don't need me to sell a bunch of pros and just get in the way. Besides, I think you need to get out more.
The answer is negative, huh?
I wouldn't dream of going out with you.
Well, why not?
Because you're married, that's why not.
Yeah, but I'm not dead. All I want to do is buy you a drink.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Sally.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Mail come in?
Oh, I put it on your desk, Mrs. Kimball.
I told you. Sally.
Is Jack coming in today?
No, he's not.
I had some figures I wanted to go over with him.
Why don't you bring him in to me later?
Well, fine. You look nice.
Thanks. You know, you are one of the few pro shops around who doesn't carry our clubs. We're local people, and we do have a quality product. I see. Well, thanks for your time anyway, Doug. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks. How are you?
Fine. Yeah, I can read the day on your face. Awful.
Not bad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Bill Dent took time off from his eye contact games with the ladies.
Bill is a good man.
I know. Anyway, he came over and he projected some figures for us.
Yeah.
At the rate we're going, we ought to be out of business in about 2 years.
Well, we've got to have a major endorsement, Sally. One of the biggies.
I know, but those guys are tied up for years and
Well, the
years.
contract's run out. I keep thinking about Vic Tannehill. Last year, one of his people said something about 6 months to go. You remember?
Yeah,
You want to check it out?
sure. But to get to him, I'm going to have to crawl over a tub full of whiskey and 9 ladies.
I mean, that's his publicity image. I mean, that's part of his endorsement package. You see that guy's picture in an ad for golf balls or whatever, and you have to smile because he's a life-loving guy, and that's what you want to buy.
How does a woman approach him? Clothes on or off?
Put your feet up.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask me. Where are the boys?
You're next door in the treehouse. You just get rid of the day.
Jack, what did you mean this morning when you said I ought to get out more?
Just that. Sally, we've spent a whole year worrying about me. We haven't considered you at all.
But I don't need to be considered. I'm fine. You're the one that got hurt. I'm fine.
Mom, I don't understand this math. Can you help me with it?
Give me the book and I'll figure it out. I'll go over it with you early in the morning.
Okay.
You're going to be an angel of mercy. My pajamas are all torn. It's so early at all, never could.
Give them to me and I'll mend them. What were you reading?
Oh, I don't know. Just words. Waiting for you.
You'll have to cut your hair.
Huh?
Looks so shaggy. I'm sorry, Jack. guess I'm just in a mood.
I understand. You'll read for a while. Not bother you, honey?
No. Night, honey.
All right. Sally? You all right, honey?
I'm fine. Just one of those nights I can't sleep.
Me too. I was thinking about you. About the two of us, really. Faithful to me for the rest of your life.
What?
I should have said it to you before. I love you. And I don't want to cut you off from life.
I want to be free from it.
I bet you are. But I can't ask it, honey.
One moment.
Everybody here?
I'm here.
I'm here. Everybody's here.
Ready?
Yeah, right in here. All set?
Yep.
Vic Tannehill.
I recognize him.
Those are his boys with him. Jojo, some guy found in the Philippines. Jojo flies his private jet. Of course, you'd have to recognize Boneyard. That's his caddy. Boneyard's almost as famous as Tannehill himself.
I recognize him, too.
I wanted to tell you how much you really ought to do. Why didn't you match the outside in here?
Thank you, Mr. Tannehill.
Oh, wow. Hey, that's all right. Take it easy, though.
What do you take a picture like that for? Good-looking girl.
Yeah, I'll say. All right, take it easy. Take it easy, girl.
We can put a few more in here.
Here's a little secret for you.
I roomed Tannehill last year. He's a great guy. Gave me a $20 tip. Well, of course, I don't expect that from you.
Well, that's a relief.
I guess the thing I like best about Tannehill is the fact that he's loose with the change whether he wins or loses. I mean, I could take one look at Boneyard's face in there and tell you that Tannehill had a bad practice round today. Doesn't matter, though. He'll still spread the money around the restaurant, the newsstand, the men's room, the shoe shine place. You know, anywhere there was working people.
Bad practice round, huh?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. If you need anything, my name's Harold.
Thanks, Harold.
Okay.
I want to give him this. That's all I want.
Look, lady, the man don't need no flowers, please.
But that's all I want.
Here, I'll give it to him. Let him do it, please. Please. Okay, let him do.
You're beautiful. I want you to have this.
Do you know who I am?
Of course I do.
Well, you got just what you hate. Not an early practice time.
Yeah, in the second threesome.
Oh, boy. That's you on those early morning greens.
Well, you got it, so you better finish up here and hit the sack room.
Hey, wait a minute. You know I can't sleep just after I've eaten.
Yes, you can.
You're the money, Vic. It'd be really nice if you start to take care of you.
You know you're no good without your 8 hours.
All right, fellas, all right. Sit down a second, will you? Listen, Boneyard,
What do you think I was doing wrong out there today?
On your follow-through, you're blocked out with your right side.
Uh-huh. You mean I wasn't turning fully through the ball?
Yeah. Remember Pebble Beach in 75?
Yeah. Same thing, huh?
Always is.
I gotta give that one a think. I'll see you guys later, huh?
You see her, don't you?
Of course I see her. Good-looking lady.
The same one that's giving you a look-see out front. Same one that was in the lobby. The same one that was standing on the balcony.
So?
Bad news.
Oh. You got your antenna out tonight, huh? I mean, you picking up some kind of signal?
Just like that one in Phoenix, remember? She figured if she stayed back, she'd attract her attention by pretending she wasn't all that interested.
Really? Is that what she did?
And then she made a move.
Oh, I remember the move.
And when she got your attention, you lost your concentration.
No, I kind of lost my follow-through.
Follow-through, concentration. This one, there's something different about it. Something special.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Vic. I'd like to tread on your private life a little bit, if you don't mind.
Well, I mind, but you're going to tread anyway, so go ahead.
Okay, here goes. When she makes a move, just smile. Then ignore her. Yeah. I know that tone. You're going to take her up on her.
Wait a minute. You know who she is?
Who?
What's her name?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I'm going to tell you. She's a house detective.
What are we, a couple of outsiders? We work for him. We got a vested interest.
Oh, come on, look. The ladies are good for my ego, good for my image.
You give her a chance and she'll have you thinking about everything but golf.
Yeah, everything but golf.
Hey, Hobo, why do you repeat everything I say?
Wait a minute. Don't pick on JoJo. He flies the plane.
I ain't nothing to that. When I was flying F-51 back in Korea in 52.
You never flew no damn nothing nowhere.
I'll bet you $50 she hits on you right now.
Nah, she's too cool.
$50.
I say she walks right on by for $50.
You're on, dummy. You're on. Bishop Thomas. You get my Ben Franklin. Oh, with that chick. Don't you know who Vic Tannehill is?
Oh, I love it. I love
See a
it.
grown man cry. Well, it cost me $50, Vic. Be a good boy tonight, huh?
I hear you.
Boneyard, you want a chance to get your 50 back?
Sure.
I say she makes you as soon as Vic comes out.
And I say no. She don't want to compete with those others. She's going to save it for last. I know her game. You're on.
Okay?
Come on, fellas, let's go practice. No, I was a good boy last night. I turned in early. Only trouble was I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you said I was blocking out my right side, huh? Not swinging fully through the ball?
You asked me a question, I gave you an answer.
Yeah, well, we're going to work it out this morning on a golf course.
Hey, don't sweat it.
Hey, what's the sweat? All it's all, it's only money, international acclaim, prestige, money. All those things you don't like, Boneyard.
Now, for a nice, comfortable ride to the golf course, 4 miles an hour.
I drive conservative because I have valuable cargo.
Him, when I was working the pit stops in Monza 55, I used to tell old Juan Fangio, hey, man, you're part of the car, part of the car. Hey, you like the car's brain. Now, that dude could really drive a car. You don't play like that too often. Remember the 78 in Augusta? You nearly killed us all driving back to the hotel.
I tried hard enough, didn't I?
You tell me driving was your relief.
It is. Here you go, JoJo.
Mr. Tannehill? Mr. Tannehill? I just wanted you to have this one, too.
Thanks. That's very nice. I think I'll press it. Thank you.
Hey, Vic.
Yeah.
I guess that crowd is on that 12 fairway, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Look, Vic, I do my homework. When your drive landed a couple of feet away from the sprinkler, I knew you had 180 yards to go to the flag. I figured you want to use your 6-iron. But I've been studying that fairway, and I just figured maybe you ought to move back one whole iron. Like where you normally use a 6, use a 5.
Listen, we've been together a long time, you know it, and I got a lot of respect for you. But every now and then you crowd me. I mean, you know, you got to let me make my own mistakes, all right? Give me space. Peace and love, okay?
Yeah, okay, Vic.
Hello. I'm Sally Kimball.
And you sure got great timing, Sally Kimball.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know you had another bad practice round today.
Well, wait a second. How do you know it was bad? I mean, I might have been out there trying a little of this, a little of that. You know, that's why they call it practice.
Well, it was a bad practice round, Mr. Tannehill.
Sally, is it? Now, look, Sally, I came out here to be by myself. Now, I know this is a public place and you're entitled, but why don't you try to catch up with me later, okay?
I manufacture golf clubs, and I'd like to talk to you about them. Well, I do. It's true.
Really?
I didn't know it was a funny business.
Well, it's it's kind of a joke on me. Maybe it's a big joke on me. I don't know.
My husband and I talked to you last summer at the Milwaukee Open. Kim Golf Club. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think I remember you. Yeah. By the way, I'm under contract now.
Well, Mr. Tannehill, I talked to your business management office, and I implied that I knew you were no longer under contract, and they simply confirmed that. You refused to sign any extensions. You're free.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I meant. Listen, I tried one of your golf clubs once. They are not too good. Don't work.
Well, you can work the new model.
Listen, let me tell you about this thing. See, all you've done here is borrow the concept from the tennis people of an enlarged sweet spot. Now, that might be fine for amateurs, but it's no good for professionals.
Well, bees can't fly either aerodynamically. Listen, Mr. Tannehill, my husband is a gifted engineer and designer, and he designed these, and they work. And they work beautifully.
Well, I want to try to explain this to you. Now, see, you don't understand the physics of the game. A sweet spot is nothing more than the center of gravity. Now, you can't shrink it, you can't enlarge it, you can't change it. That's scientifically impossible.
But with precise distribution of mass, you can minimize off hits without changing the moments of inertia or the center of gravity.
Well, let me put it to you simple. I just don't like your clubs.
Hit 10 balls with this club and you'll change your mind. What's more, I'll pay you $1,000 for each ball you hit.
Suppose I hit the 10 balls and I still don't like the club.
Then you keep the $10,000.
Let me get this straight now. Your husband designed these clubs?
That's right.
And both of you got enough confidence in these sticks to pay me $10,000 just to hit 10 golf balls?
That's right. And I've got a certified check here for $10,000 already made out to you.
Let me tell you something, Mrs. Kimball. On a slightly boozy afternoon a few years ago, I took a sizable hunk of change over some Atlanta businessmen by playing them 18 holes with a shovel and a rake against a full set of clubs. Now, the point of that story is I'm a pretty good golfer. Some of these people around here think I'm one of the best. So I can play this game with any decent club.
Of course you can. And there are a lot of decent clubs available. Why not use the best?
Hey, Boneyard, what do you think of that, huh?
I think I never saw you smash an iron with a bread and butter money fade no better.
Well, I tell you something, they all hit like that. You know that husband of hers is as good as she says he is.
So we're going to use them?
Oh, yeah, we're going to give him a try. I tell you what we're going to do with those custom-made jobs, too.
Hey, don't use that kind of language around here. They got room.
He's got 2 days to go.
Are those our clubs?
I hope so.
Where's Mom?
She's probably around in there somewhere.
Trick County was really good, isn't he, Dad?
Yep. The best.
Hey, there's Mom! Where? There, see? I don't see her. Well, I did.
Okay, boys. Who's ready for hot dogs?
Me!
When would Vic Tannehill regain his classic touch? Well, it happened today, and Vic's leading the pack in the Pacific Open at the halfway point.
Excuse me, you the famous Sally Kim?
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Fine.
Come on.
Where are we going?
We're going for a ride. Come on.
You had some day today.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad.
Well, I got lucky. I hit a few good shots.
That iron on the third fairway?
Oh, well, I make that shot. I mean, I made it before.
I suppose you can walk on water, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've done that. A couple of weeks ago, Cherry Hill, 18th hole. I surprised the hell out of everybody.
Mr. Tannehill, will you tell me what you thought of the club?
You ever been to this part of the country before?
No.
Hop in. Come on. You're going to love it. Terrific. Great scenery.
Will you tell me? What did you think of the club?
They're fair.
You liked them.
I didn't say I liked them.
I know, you could win the whole day with a shovel and a rake. Do you always drive this fast?
Yeah.
Stop!
What's the matter?
You were going to kill us both.
Oh, come on. You mean just because I drive fast? Sure, I drive fast, but I drive safely.
Reasonable, rational people don't risk their lives. There are other people on the road. Other people who can cross over the center line. Other people who can come out into an intersection.
What intersection? We're out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's crossing any center line.
Driving fast is begging for it. I've been in a terrible accident, and I know what it's like to be lucky and walk away from it. And I know what it's like to see someone else lose everything. Driving fast is dumb. Dumb.
Okay. From now on, I drive safely and slowly. All right?
I'm sorry. Well, I'm not going to walk home. Are you going to endorse the club?
Well, Sally, you see, there's a lot of money involved. I mean, this is big business now.
Do you want me to call your management people?
No, that's not necessary. I'll make the decision, but we have to talk about it.
Well, there are a dozen other PGA champions here. You're the first one I approach because you're uncommitted and because my husband thinks you're the best.
What do you think?
I wouldn't know a good golfer if I fell over him. I hate golf. I think it's boring.
You're kidding. Well, you know all about the physics of the game.
Well, I had to learn last year for company reasons. Anyway, if you're not going to, I really need to know before...
Wait a minute. I didn't say I wasn't going to. But as I said, it's big business now. I have to know a lot about your little company. You know, do you have enough money for promotion? Whether or not you collect the royalties and how you collect them. Things like that.
Whatever happened to a simple yes or no?
Sally, more complicated world today. Now listen, I'll tell you what. You get in the car, I'm going to drive safely and slowly, and we'll talk about it. All right?
Okay.
All right.
I aim to please.
Are they real?
This is California.
They look delicious.
Good enough to eat. Come on. These are navels. They send most of these back east.
Well, they won't send these.
You know, you said you hate golf?
With a passion.
Yeah, but you told me that you spent a year trying to learn about the game. Why?
I had to learn how to run the business. My husband was the one who was hurt in the accident.
You know, what happened to him?
Well, he was hurt badly, paralyzed from the waist down.
I'm sorry.
It happened. It's a fact of his life than a fact of mine.
I guess something like that can work on you a long time, huh?
He takes it a lot better than I do.
You know what we're doing here is illegal. Come on.
Well, maybe we should leave some money in the tree.
I got a better idea. We'll talk up oranges. Word of mouth. I've been thinking about it. Your clubs are outstanding. But
I'll have to call my husband. Listen, I don't know anything about a promotion budget or a royalty setup. I've just been working on selling.
Well, I think an affiliation with a small company would be good, you know. I mean, somebody whose products could be completely identified with me and just with me. I think an exclusive relationship is good business. What do you think?
I think it's great.
Mind if I ask you a personal question?
No.
You're a beautiful woman, Sally. Your husband...
My husband is a very physical man. He can hold me and he can kiss me.
I had to ask you.
People want to know. What about you? I read a lot about your divorce in the paper. And a lot about your daughter, too.
She's something. She's a knockout. 14, going on 28.
You miss her?
Of course I miss her. Alive.
And her mother?
Alana? No, I don't miss her now. I used to. When I first started on the tour. You know, I mean, you're in a hotel room, alone. After a while, all those hotel rooms begin to look alike. Sometimes I think they move one hotel room from one town to the next, you know. It was nothing human, you know. I mean, it's all sterile. You can never connect up. That's what it was. I mean, even with the groupies, you know, they're not nailed down either. I'm sorry. You know, some guys, they've been on the tour 10, 20 years. I'm only 15. But I love the game. And if you really love it, and you want to play competitive golf, there's only one place to play it. It's on the tour. Hey. Come on, take a walk. Sweetheart,
Mm-hmm.
if I skip the next tour event, would you stay with me for a few days?
How long is a few days?
Maybe a week? No. Tell me something. Have you ever been unfaithful to your husband before?
He said casually.
No, I want to know.
No, I've never been unfaithful before.
How about when you met him? Were you a virgin?
What on earth do you want to know that for?
Well, I'm just curious. Were you?
fact, yes, I was.
And how about when you got married? Were you a virgin then?
What is this, the third degree?
No, listen, I want to know. I mean, I'm interested in you. I'm interested in everything about you.
Well, you and my husband are the only men I've ever been with, if that's what you want to know.
That's what I thought. You know, there's not too many like you these days.
I think there are more than you realize.
Yeah, why do you say that?
Well, because I think the world you live in isn't the same world that most people live in. I think there are a lot of women like me.
Well, I think you're a very sexy lady.
I was always a very sexy lady.
I believe it. Well, so you're going to stay with me a few days? We have a wonderful time. Don't you want to?
I was wondering what I'd tell my husband.
Hey, I know. Why don't you tell him that you're trying to persuade me to use the clubs? It's a perfect excuse.
But he knows you're using the clubs. He saw you on TV.
Well, I don't know. Tell him anything. Tell him that I'm balking. Tell him you got to persuade me all over again.
I couldn't tell him that. He would know by my voice that I was lying.
Send him a telegram.
That would be worse.
Sally, listen to me. Now, I know you love your husband a lot, and I know he loves you, but he cannot expect you to be faithful to him. I mean, he just can't. That's crazy.
Would you? If you were him?
If I were him, crippled, I'd probably want to kill myself.
That's funny. That's exactly the way I felt. Jack was the one who was injured in the accident, and I was fine. I wasn't hurt. I should have been grateful. I mean, I acted as if... I guess I felt that he had purposely done it to me. Got himself hurt like that, and leaving me the way I am. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think so.
I blamed him. Stupid, I know. But I blamed him. How could I have done that?
I think you were probably hurt as much in that accident as he was. It's just not right for one person to ask another person to give up sex for the rest of their life. It isn't right.
I'd like to think I could give it up. What's wrong?
It's hard to explain. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised at my feelings.
What are they?
Affection. Warmth.
And?
You're a terrific woman, Sally. And you got a special kind of beauty. But usually when a woman with a special kind of beauty...
Goes to bed with you?
Yeah, goes to bed with me. Well, I feel like I won something, you know? But with you...
You feel like you lost.
Oh, come on. What do you think things like that for? Hey, you know I think you're terrific.
All of a sudden, you're stumbling around for words.
Well, I'm stumbling around because I care.
But, you know, I feel like an intruder, like somebody who's busting into your marriage.
Well, you've been involved with married women before.
Yeah, I know I have, but I don't know. I just I feel uncomfortable. Look. This is how it is. See, I wake up every morning wanting to win something, anything. I mean, that's what I do. I'm a winner. But I've never taken advantage of a guy. I mean, I want a guy when he's at the top of his game. Then when I beat him, I know I'm the best. And that's the spirit of true competition. Well,
Are you trying to talk about my husband?
well, yeah, in a way. I mean, he's like a guy who can't defend his title. He's like a guy who's permanently off his game.
I don't know. I feel like I'm taking advantage of him.
Defend his title? What did you say? Off his game? What do you think I am, a golf ball? A prize in one of your stupid, idiotic tournaments?
Hey, come on.
I'm sorry. Hey,
You can't compete with my husband, don't you see that? I mean, all this is wonderful, special to me. There's more to it than that, that's all. It doesn't mean that I don't enjoy this time we're having together. It doesn't mean that at all.
I hurt you, didn't I?
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to, you know.
that's okay.
I mean, what I wanted to do was to help. I don't mean that way. I don't mean physically. I mean emotionally.
Maybe you did. Maybe that kind of help works both ways.
Then you have to stay the extra week, right? I mean, we got a lot of mutual therapy to work out. And I'll endorse the club, okay? I mean, I'll even give you one of those deal memorandums if that's what you need. But that doesn't have anything to do with you and me.
Oh, I know it doesn't. And listen, if you endorse the clubs, I promise I'll see you, and so will Jack, but I can't see you like this. In the future, I mean.
I understand. I'm not asking you to promise anything.
I'm not saying I won't. I just can't promise.
I know. But you're not saying you won't. Hey, come on, stay a few days with me, will you? Please. I mean, we'll have a terrific... I'll do anything you want. We go swimming, boating, fishing, you name it, whatever.
We wouldn't spend much time swimming and fishing.
No, I don't guess we would. But a little, you know. Come on. Say you will, please. Please stay with me.
Of course I will. Is there ever any doubt about it?
That's great. That's great.
I'll stay here a week with you, okay?
Okay.
Then I'll go home.
Like some dinner? Are you feeling all right?
I'm just not hungry.
How about some ginger ale? It might settle your stomach.
Okay, thanks.
Come on. I saw you when you boarded. You really seemed upset.
I was. Fear of flying. I mean the real fear, not the book. Or maybe I mean the book, too.
Here you go.
Thanks.
You know, they say it's a safer way to go from here to there than on your average freeway.
I know. Not really flying. Just me. And some problems I've accumulated.
Right. Could I fill that up for you?
Please.
Take any seat back there, any seat that's open. Find a couple together and put your feet up.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a minute. First class is almost empty. Come on. Take one of these. I'll have one of the girls lick in on you. And don't worry about your hand luggage. I'll bring that up to you when we start the landing pad.
Thanks.
You're welcome. One tip. Don't close your eyes. That way you won't lose perspective.
Okay.
Want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I just got a divorce. And I got sick on the flight coming over. Just tension.
How long were you married?
4 years.
Any kids?
No. I didn't want any. At least that's what I kept telling myself.
I have 2 boys. 8 and 9. They're just great.
My husband's an assistant DA. He works in a huge office. Met a girl there. Fell in love.
My husband was injured in an accident. He's paralyzed from the waist down. And I met a man in California. Oh.
Oh, I didn't mean anything. I mean, I was just reacting.
I guess that's the way I feel.
I don't feel any particular way. Are you going to see him again?
Like that? I don't know. He doesn't think I will. It was such a beautiful week. So terrible when we said goodbye.
You love him a little, don't you?
Yeah.
But you love your husband more.
Oh, much more. There's no comparison. I guess I'm a romantic at heart. I hear music when I walk down the street. I want to hear music now. How come I don't?
What's going on? Nice girl. Vera. Her husband's a paraplegic. She just cheated on him.
Ooh. Now the guilt, huh?
Mm-hmm. Now the guilt.
You know, if it was me, I'd get a divorce. But what if you were crazy in love with them? You'd still get a divorce. You have to live your life. Sex isn't everything.
Right.
Carl, I'm going to take off. I'm feeling kind of lousy.
You look a little peaked.
Well, it's the throat.
Hey, the missus is coming back in the morning, isn't she?
Yeah.
Be good to see her again.
I'll see him.
You going out to the airport to pick her up?
Well, that's the plan.
You sure you're up to it?
Get a little rest.
You know, I can get one of the fellows to go out and get her.
All right, thanks, Eddie.
Boy, I can't wait to thank her for getting Vic Tannehill's endorsement.
Just checking.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm okay.
A couple of strangers unloading on each other.
I know. My father used to tell everything to the local bartender. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Were you a faithful wife?
Yes.
Even after you found out your husband had a girlfriend?
Yes. I just didn't see any point in hitting back by reaching out and just grabbing someone.
Maybe that's what I did. Hit back. Not at my husband, but at the situation. Maybe I reached out. I don't know. Is this the way it's going to be?
You mean affairs on the side? It doesn't have to be that way. You're really in charge of that department.
Listen, the only thing I seem to be in charge of is getting up in the morning. I was just flipping through this magazine, and there's another article on open marriage. I wish I'd been born 100 years ago.
I know what you mean. I couldn't handle that either.
Could you handle half of it?
I think so. A really nice man to go to bed with every now and then. Someone who really respected your feelings about your husband.
What do I do? Put an ad in the paper?
Those kind of men have to be out there somewhere.
I guess. All I know is that if I were really involved with someone else, Jack couldn't. I mean, I love him too much.
Yeah. I have to go to work in a minute. Is someone meeting you?
Yes, my husband will be there. He drives. I was just wondering what I'll say to him.
Oh, tell him nothing happened in California. A lie would be kinder. Oh, why hurt him?
A lie would be worse.
How?
Well, he practically knows already. He can read my mind. He can look at me and know what I'm thinking.
He's all right, Sally. It's just a cold.
Sorry, I'm just tired.
I know how those flights are. They can drain you.
I'm all right.
You do look a little tired.
Well, I can't sleep on a plane. I can't eat either.
You hungry?
No, not really.
I tell you, the whole shop cheered when Jack told us about Vic's endorsement. You did a terrific job.
Thanks.
Jack told me that he and the kids watched the Open for hours. Studying the crowd, never did see you.
I was around.
I guess I just assumed that you'd be following Vic's lead.
I was. part of the time. But I had work to do.
Never really had a chance to unwind, huh?
Right.
It's a shame, being in an environment like that, not being able to enjoy it. Must have had some free time after Vic said okay.
Well, the deal wasn't finalized till yesterday.
Ah. What's wrong, Sally?
Nothing.
Something happened on the plane, huh?
No.
Listen, you're in no shape to face Jack now. If you're going to stop, we're going to get you something to eat or coffee.
Okay, thanks.
Here. You feel better?
I'm okay.
Good.
How's Pris?
Pris?
Your wife?
Oh, yes. I knew it sounded familiar. She was fine yesterday.
Yesterday?
She had a date. I won't see her until tonight.
Stayed out all night?
Well, sure. That's been the basis of our relationship from the beginning. I thought you knew that.
No, I thought it was just theories.
No, it's not theories. It's a conviction by which I live. And so does Priscilla.
I guess I'm naive. Jack told me you had that kind of marriage, and I wouldn't believe him.
We believe that jealousy is an idiotic emotion, and it is. So why should I mind if Priscilla has fun with someone else, as long as she's responsible in our relationship? Oh. What would you like?
Could I just have some coffee, please?
No, I think you should eat something. We'll have scrambled eggs and some coffee and 2 orange juices, please. Thank you.
I just don't know how you can know she's sleeping with another man and not be bothered.
I have my freedom, too. Should I be jealous if she goes to a nice restaurant and has a wonderful dinner? Should I be jealous if she takes a bath and enjoys that?
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, but it is. Take away the element of fear, and it's identical. Why? Because pleasure is pleasure. Thank you. You see, sexual exclusivity goes against everything we've learned about human nature in the past 100 years.
What have we learned?
We've learned that both men and women are promiscuous by nature. Look, fidelity. It's an artificial thing imposed by the needs and aims of a society 5,000 years ago. Women were the property of men. And the purpose of the law was to keep them barefoot and pregnant and tending the goats. Now, to apply that law to modern life, well, it's ridiculous. It's barbaric. Look at the divorce rate. And consider what's happening to the children of those marriages. It's awful. Now, wouldn't it be better for those couples to have sexual freedom, stay together, and be responsible parents?
Well, but I don't think it's possible to have your cake and eat it, too.
Talk about a cliche.
Yeah, well, but it's still true anyway. And I think there are a lot of happy, faithful marriages.
Sure. And while you and I are sitting here having breakfast,
Hundreds of thousands of people all over this great land of ours are eagerly breaking that commandment.
Yeah. And people are mugging old ladies on the street, too.
There's no parallel with crime here. You can't dismiss a fundamental instinct as easily as all that, can you? They had great orange juice in California.
You know what I did?
What?
I picked an orange off a tree.
Hey, the real thing.
It was marvelous.
Well, they say the best ones come here. You think the way Pris and I live is wrong, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you still believe in the old-fashioned ideas of fidelity?
Yes.
But you must agree there are exceptions. I mean, what about your own situation?
I think it applies even more in my situation.
Why?
Because I think Jack needs my love and loyalty more than another man would.
You're asking too much of yourself. You're a human being with human needs. You're not a saint. You need a man who can make love to you. And Vic Tannehill is not the answer for you.
What do you mean?
You had an affair with him in California.
Well, I didn't.
Sally, Vic's not the kind of man keep you out there an extra week to talk about golf clubs. He didn't eat on the plane. Crying at the airport. It's obvious.
I didn't. Really, I didn't.
Sally, you had an affair in California, and you'll have another one. And you know it.
Well, I was tempted. I'll admit that. Nothing happened.
There are a lot better solutions for you than Vic Tannehill. You must know how I feel about you. Maybe you don't. I've always found you very appealing. Sally, I promise you I would never do anything to hurt your marriage.
What about your own marriage?
I've explained that. Hurt my marriage at all.
Phil, we couldn't have an affair. Those things always get out.
Well, not if they have any sense.
All they need do is see us come out of a motel.
We wouldn't be coming out of a motel. I have a place.
I don't want to hurt Jack.
I know. I know you love him. But let me tell you something. You have a friend, you have a companion, you have a father to your children. But in a real sense, you don't have a husband. You're a widow. I'm sorry. Sally, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Please don't. Don't.
Why not?
Not necessary.
Want that music or any music?
Any music.
Nice, though. The Brockhurst Corporation made me a tempting offer last week. It's a good job. I was thinking about taking it. But that was before we got Vic.
So you think he'll really make a difference?
Oh, the man is golden. The public would attack supermarkets just to buy his brand of mouthwash.
Well, people really like him.
They sure do. For some strange reason.
Yes. Can you tell me if 171 came in on time? Thank you.
I've got an expansion plan I want to lay before you and Jack. Some new financing, a little reorganization. But I think in a couple of years we could double sales. Maybe even do better than that.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. My place is not far. It's a few miles out of the city. A little cabin. I like to spend the nights there when I'm fishing, so I can be on the lake before dawn. It's primitive, but it's clean and comfortable. And, nobody will see us there. I know it's tough for you to face Jack now. But tell him nothing happened. He'll want to believe that, and he will.
Was that a really good offer the Brockhurst Corporation made you?
About twice what you and Jack have paid me.
I think you ought to take it.
Why?
Well, our company's small.
That's only temporary.
I don't think your future's with us.
Don't you worry about my future. The company's going to be great.
You don't understand what I'm saying to you.
Oh, I see. You think it's better if I work somewhere else so you won't see me every day? Sally, that's no problem. I'm not going to stand around leering at you.
Bill, we're not going to work together, and we're not going to play together.
You're telling me I'm fired?
Yeah.
You don't want any part of this understanding we've been talking about, do you?
No, I don't.
It's your choice. But don't you think you're going to have to make some kind of arrangement? If not with me, then someone else?
I'm going to work very hard to avoid that.
Won't deal with your homosexuality, please.
I guess that's true.
So you're going to channel your sexual energies into pottery class, or woodwork, or intense community activities.
Maybe.
I was trying to help you. What are you going to do, Sally? Remain faithful to him for the rest of your life?
I hope so.
That's ridiculous. It's impossible. You can't do it.
Oh, maybe not. I'm going to try.
Damn it, you had an affair with Vic in California. Who are you to fire me on moral grounds?
What I did in California is between me and my conscience and my husband.
piety is really something. I already told you, you don't have a husband.
I have a husband. Now turn around. I want to go home.
Okay. Hi, honey.
Hi, Jess.
That's a good flight.
Fine. A little turbulent. I got a little queasy.
You look a little pale.
Let's get this straight. I'm not going on any more trips alone. It's settled. No argument. From now on, we're going together.